In March this year, Bunun man Xin Sanyi went hunting and accidentally discharged his hunting gun and hurt himself. Several days later, when he returned home from the hospital, Xin was indicted for violating the statute for controlling firearms, ammunition, and weapons. The prosecutor said the Bunun man had violated the regulations governing homemade firearms because he used a 0.27mm bullet that was for construction use. Although Xin was later found not guilty by Nantou District Court, prosecutors have appealed the acquittal. The case is now being reviewed by Taiwan High Court. In November 2001, Article 20 of the Statute for Controlling Firearms, Ammunition, and Weapons was amended. It is stated in amendment that indigenous people who possess homemade hunting guns without registering with authorities can be fined administrative penalties for up to 20,000 NT dollars, but it also stated that legal punishment is not suitable for such cases.
We made amendment to parts of the statute for controlling firearms, ammunition, and weapons. The reason is because many indigenous people who carry guns for hunting are arrested and locked up for possessing firearms. When we passed the amendments, we wanted to decriminalize the possession of the firearms for the indigenous people.
If it is no longer a crime for indigenous people to carry hunting guns and they face only fines for failing to register the firearms, then why is it that many indigenous people are still prosecuted for firearms-related charges? According to the lawyer, that's because there are no clear regulations on bullet possession. This loophole allows the court and prosecutors to have different interpretations.
Local courts are split down the interpretation of a bullet possession. Some follows the principle of the legality and say because bullet possession doesn't fall under the amendment, so it should be punishable by law. Others say since you are not penalized for hunting gun possession, bullet possession should not carry a penalty.
Although indigenous people are allowed to own hunting guns under the Firearms Regulations Amendment, many are still being prosecuted due to a lack of rules on bullet possession. The laws should be amended to protect indigenous hunting culture. The amendments should ensure that indigenous people don't fall prey to the different interpretations of bullet possession by different courts and prosecutors. TITV Weekly.